just hit the subscribe button, the red button, underneath this video over to the right, and that'll sign you up on my YouTube channel. And then you can hit the small bell icon, so a little bell will go off and tell you each time I've started to broadcast a new one. I hope you enjoy it. During the period when Putin first took power, before he consolidated his dictatorship, I was hired by a firm in Moscow called Machiavelli, which was a political consulting firm newly set up in the era of freedom to bring political consulting to Russian campaigns. And we were working for a group called the Other Russia, which was a collection of people who were opposed to Putin and opposed to the former communists coming back into power. And my job was to help elect a slate of candidates they had for the various seats in the Duma, the Russian parliament. And I would meet with them one after the other, a series of people. It was almost like a shrink having clinic sessions. There'd be hour-long meetings with each one. And I'd work on their ads, their speeches, their approach to the voters. I remember one candidate was a heart doctor. And I said he used to pay attention to one heart. Now he listens to 500,000, which were his constituency. And in the course of it, I did polling in Russia and came really to understand a great deal about the Russian people. I asked this question in my poll, which I'd asked always in the United States. If you know of somebody who is wealthy and made the money during his lifetime, would you be more inclined to believe that he made it by hard work and thrift and imagination and creativity, or that he made it by stealing it, piracy, tax evasion, and illegal means? Which would be more likely? And in the US, it was 2-to-1 or 3-to-1 that he got it honestly. In Russia, it was a complete conviction, 4-to-1, 5-to-1, that he had stolen the money. And the second thing I asked was, if you had a choice between having permanent economic security, but no real possibility of advancement, or less security, but a real possibility to move up, which would you rather have? In the United States, it was 2-to-1, we want to move up. In Russia, it was 3-to-1 or 4-to-1, we want security. People, in fact, were asking, where's the window where I can go to cash in my freedom in return for 3 meals a day? And that was their core view of democracy. They didn't realize the truth, which is that if you have that level of security, you'll lose it. Because if you don't have your freedoms, you can't protect that security, and eventually it erodes too. But that fundamental insight really dominates my thinking about Russia. A person who used to work there, one of my friends in Russia, told me that in Russia, the audience never roots for the contestant in the quiz shows. In the US, of course, they do. They want him to make as much money as he can. American Idol or the quiz shows, Jeopardy. But in Russia, it's the opposite. They root against the contestant. And the idea is that envy permeates the Russian psychology. Jealousy is a positive emotion. I want what you have, so I'll work to achieve it. Envy is a negative emotion. It says, I want you to die rather than have what you have. There's a great story that was told in Russia about Ivan, who was a very devout Christian, and he died in a fire. His home burned down. And St. Peter said, is there anything I can do for you here? He said, my neighbor Dmitri, I want his house to burn down too. Fascinating stuff. So these insights are all in the book 50 Shades of Politics, about the cultures and the people and the environment in my work in 40 countries throughout the world. You can pick it up in Amazon.com, not available in bookstores, and not a heavy lift. It's $13 for a book and $11 for a Kindle. So I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching.